yet.
Okay.
There you are. See? Told you.
Mm. The protagonist has arrived.
Yes. So, yeah, going to be a lot of combat tonight. And we will get right to that. But I was about to just ask you guys an in-game question, but I think I better bring us in. Welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We are going to be picking up where we left off. This will be I think it will be the exciting conclusion to the Ihati episode, or it'll at least be the beginning of the first part of the finale. Before we get started, I'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. If you're watching on Twitch, you can scroll down. You should see some tiles there. If you don't see the tiles, click my profile image and they should pop up. We would like this week to thank Dogmight Games. Dogmight Games makes beautiful wooden accessories for your tabletop role-playing games, and they have a ton of different items. They've got rolling trays, DM screens, player vault. There's a thing called the player pad that's really cool. They've got dice towers, just a ton of stuff, and all of it is customizable. And if usually when you order something that's customized, it'll ship in about 6 to 8 weeks from time of purchase, roughly, give or take. If you absolutely need to have something in a hurry, they usually have items in stock. You can check their in-stock items. All of it is beautiful stuff. So, if you're not going to customize it, don't worry that you're getting something plain. It's all gorgeous. Those items usually ship in 1 to 2 business days. And if you're on the fence about ordering, maybe this will sweeten the deal. We have a code to give out. It is good for 10% off their entire inventory. Just when you're checking out, put in the code FRIEND in all capital letters, and you'll get 10% off that purchase. If you are a fan of tonight's game, please click the link to go to the Traveler website that we've created via Obsidian Portal. The adventure log is done in the manner of news articles laid out by the Traveler News Service. The articles don't necessarily follow the players around and everything they do. A lot of times it's just stuff that's going on in the region that may actually affect the players indirectly. You never know. So yeah, if you enjoy our page, give us a thumbs up. We enjoy seeing those fan likes, and we hope you are happy with the content. So, last week you guys decided that you were going to head out. Basically, you decided that you were going to commit a little murder here and kill the earletrais that was overseeing this proxy war on Akoaft. You know that this earletrais' name is Ye, not to be confused with Kanye West, or maybe you could confuse it with Kanye West. Blow up his shit.
Reincarnated.
Yes, reincarnated as an Aslan. So the question that I had is are you taking just the Verherg, the Harrier, or are you also taking Rexar's ship, his Ihati show? Now, the thing about taking the Ihati show, Rexar has piloting 0, I believe. So, I don't know. Somebody might want to pilot and he can be gunner. Or you don't have to take it at all. It's up to you.
I have no piloting whatsoever.
I've got small craft pilot at 2, which give me a generic pilot 0.
Yeah, generic pilot 0. So you would be at least as good as Rexar. That would free up Rexar to fire his weaponry.
Yeah,
now,
gunner. That's the big red button.
yeah.
I do have piloting 1. Since you can't really land this thing, does it have fewer piloting steps for that reason?
For the Hati show?
And then, oh, no, wait, that's the little one.
Yeah.
I'm mixing things up.
Yeah, he's got a little 100-ton scout, Aslan scout ship.
But I could pilot that. I wouldn't mind. I mean, Qingxi has really good piloting, so she should probably be on a ship that has more people, right? Because then, if there's a problem, fewer people are affected.
Right, and so, I mean, between...
The show is faster, right? Faster, smaller, more maneuverable.
Well, the Hati show only is capable of 2 Gs of thrust, whereas
I thought it was 6.
Well, the Harrier is capable of 6. The Ihati show can only do 2, but the Ihati show can do jump 4. It's got double the jump range. And it only has a triple turret full of pulse lasers. So it's entirely up to you guys if you want to add an additional ship to this whole mess or how you want to do it.
I mean, it kind of gives us a scout, yeah?
Yeah, in Top Gun, you had to have a wingman.
Right.
I'm thinking we put the show on like an abandoned road and we go full goblin ambush.
Yeah,
And
then we can all get on board too.
and then you know, if it's like we use it as bait, then it can jump to safety and we can pew pew pew. But I don't know how to make that work in a way that's sneaky.
Oh, yeah, we're using the speaking view, aren't we?
Well,
I thought that was the plan, at least.
So the Harrier has a number of stealth capabilities, and so hold on here. I can't do 2 things at once.
Sucks to be male, doesn't it?
I know, right? God. So the Harrier has some stealth capabilities, such as, let's see here. It just says superior stealth, and it also has things like early jump. Which means basically, so when you jump, you have to go to the 100 planetary diameter limit, or else you risk a misjump. The Harrier doesn't have to do that, so it can jump before that 100 diameter limit, which is nice, especially for pirates. But it does have superior stealth, which, hold on, and I will tell you what that means. Let's see here. Spacecraft options. Oh, no. Superior stealth, I bet, is under hull design. Betcha. Install drive. Maybe not. Yes, it is. Haha. See, I'm getting better at this. So, superior stealth means a highly advanced stealth coating makes a ship all but invisible to sensors. This gives a DM-6 on any electronic sensors checks made to detect or lock onto the ship. With an additional DM-1 for every tech level the ship is higher than the sensors trying to locate it. So, that's potentially pretty devastating because the Harrier is TL-15. So, there's not going to be a whole lot out there that's going to be higher tech level than the Harrier. So you're literally talking about, as an example, somebody running an electronic sensor scan in an area, you're literally talking that they might be getting -7 to -12 on their dice check to detect you.
Nice.
So we could just stay there and then use our Caprice punch it into the side of the ship and roll up with the battle dress.
So So what if we, I mean, I don't want to volunteer Rex our ship, but I might kind of a little bit in that, I mean, what if we make it look like Rex our ship is dead? And because one of the things we need to do to stab our Capri Sun straw is for our target to not be moving.
That helps, yeah.
So how do we get them not to move? If we can get them to
Well, it doesn't necessarily, they don't necessarily have to not be moving, but you definitely don't want them doing evasive maneuvers.
Right.
Because that's going to make your piloting harder.
If we made Rexar's ship look abandoned or whatever, I don't know if that would appeal, but
It did.
It seems like it'd be hard to pass up potential water and food and all that stuff just hanging out in the void. So
sure.
I like that plan.
We've done some atmosphere. They try and dock with Rexar's ship, and they're battle dress waiting inside, and then we Capri Sun them.
I like that one.
Maybe.
Done the fake distress signal thing before too. I don't know if that would work better with Aslan's, or if just like free ship sign works better.
Yeah.
Or like it'd be badass if we could like rig some kind of EMP to disable, basically kill a ship without having to bother with opening that tin can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kill the power systems and then put a hole in it, and they're all dead anyway.
Oh, okay.
Right.
No.
So.
But I mean, I don't know how we would create said EMP. I'm just pulling shit out of my butt.
Right. Yeah, I don't know that you have any way of doing an EMP because all you have are standard missiles at the moment. But let me.
We can't A-team anything.
It would take you too long.
I was going to ask if you could pull up the star map. So we're headed through an area. Would my contact have a somewhere to buy some stuff at any of the ports in this area?
So let's see here. You're going from Katora, which is here, to Akoaft, which is quite a ways away, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it takes me forever to find these planets.
I know, there's a lot of shit going on. There it is, yeah. So, so you're going from Katora to Akoaft, so you're looking at, if you're talking about jump 2, let's see here, there's one.
So that's 3 weeks right there at jump 2.
1, 2.
Oh my god, I apologize, my cats are nuts.
So if you go Katora to Tayok, from Tayok to the world, which is only 1 parsec, I know, but then the world to Verito, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 weeks. And that's actually, it's 4 weeks is an extremely tight schedule. You're talking about, you come out at jump, you're not even going to dock. You're going to go directly to try to skim fuel from the gas giants at all of these worlds, which is what that little additional white dot means, is that there's a gas giant there. And then once your tanks are full, you're going to jump again. So you're really kind of talking about anywhere from, if you were to do it normally, it would be 8 weeks. If you wanted to push it without making yourselves completely uncomfortable, you're talking probably about 6 weeks.
So here's my thought, Chris. So if I were to move along with the smaller craft and kind of go ahead, does Andrea have sales depot on any of these planets that perchance, we could pick some things up and then meet back up with the main ship, with the Harrier, and have that available for when we're actually going to start doing this.
You're looking for like an EMP, or
Yeah,
what are you looking for? Okay.
Yeah.
Not anywhere. I mean, the only potential location would be the world. And you're really, I mean, your odds of finding anything are like what you're looking for at the world is going to be extremely low.
No, if they go in the part with the people who don't know.
Yeah, you could steal it right out of their reactor. Yeah, no. Yeah, it would be. So the world is a very interesting location. These guys have been wanting to rip the Band-Aid off on the world for a while. So the world there is no planet there. There is there is a planet, but it is not really desirable in any way. There is a big 2,000-year-old high port that just floats out there. And you can dock there, you can do some trading, but most of the high port is locked off. You can't go into those areas because there is a civilian population that lives there. And the thing is that they don't know that there's anything other than the space station.
Right.
It's North Korea.
Yeah, well, worse than North Korea, because at least North Korea knows that there's, stuff out there. But
you can look at the sky sometimes and shit.
And so, yeah.
Look at a metal tube here.
Yeah, so the rulers of the world believe that they are doing these people a favor by sequestering them away and are protecting them. And these guys have already had some run-ins with the world, and they kind of helped them out. And so, but they kind of want to go back at some point. And one day they want to rip the Band-Aid off.
Install a tiny window in a corner of the world or something.
Right.
I don't know. I'll blow their fucking minds. It would be amazing.
So the traders that come and go into the world aren't really going to be trading too much stuff like that. The other problem is, and probably, if you wanted to, you probably want to avoid Verito. Verito is an amber zone. There's a distinct warning about the world. So likely you would go Tyok to Ironov, and then I'm not even going to try to say that one, and then on to Akoaft. So you're still in it 4 weeks. The problem with those worlds is you might try doing some trading at Tyok, but you're going to be... anything like what you're looking for is not really going to be easy to find, no matter where you go, unless it's Thief. Thief is the pirate port.
I was like, well, do you think Andrea would have kind of a base of operations on any of these areas?
Definitely not the world, and probably not anywhere in Aslan space, which is everything that's yellow.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, you had said mainly like CRD spaceports, so
right.
That makes sense. So Sync would be probably the closest area that she would have potentially something.
There's not even anything. She's probably not even going to have a shop at Sync. There's nothing at Sync. She might have a shop on Tech World. She might have, let's see, where else? She might have a shop.
See, Fantasy is within the 4-week window range.
Yeah.
Stupid, attractive people. There's nothing there.
Yeah, there's the people there are really, really hot and really dumb.
I wanted to rename it Zoolander.
Yeah.
It's nothing but high-end clothing.
What is this, a planet for ants?
Yeah, the people there were escaped. The people there were escaped slaves from the Glorious Empire, and they were genetically bred for higher percentage of them being good looking and they're humans, but when they would breed, they would breed out more females than males, and because they increased their physical attractiveness, their intellect went down. So
idiots, I got it.
Yeah, so I mean, they're not complete idiots, but it's a planet.
So Paul and Bernie are also within a 4-week path between
from Keturah to Akoaft. See, it would be one. Let's see, from Keturah to Tyak would be 1. From Tyak to Sync would be 2.
You're right.
Birney would be 3. So, and then from Birney, you'd tack on another 4 weeks. So, your fastest route to Akoaft, if in the Harrier at jump 2, is you're looking at about 6 weeks. For the Hati show, let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 week. For the Hati show, Rexar's ship can do it in 2 weeks. Well, 3 weeks. So then the question comes, do you want to send Rexar out ahead? Which case then he would have to sit there in his little ship for another 3 weeks waiting for you guys to show up.
Nothing seems advantageous. We might as well keep them together.
Right.
It's his ship. I'm going to leave it up to him.
Yeah, Rexar, do you want to head out ahead, or do you want to travel with the Harrier?
I mean, if you guys want me to go ahead, I'll go ahead, but I intend to stay as a group.
Wingman.
Yeah, I mean the Hati show. The Hati show has no armor, and it only has 40 hull points, so it's basically a 110 fighter with a jump drive.
Yeah, that's a sitting duck if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it's like an Imperial TIE fighter.
If we run into a ship that is as hard to detect as the Harrier, it may lure them out if they're aggressive, and then the Harrier can go after it.
Right. This is true, but if the Harrier is not there,
I
agree. Keep the ships together.
Don't split the party.
Right.
Don't ever split the party.
Okay, so 6 weeks it is.
And for the newbies like me, it's 1 week per square. We have jump 2.
So
slow with the Harrier, right?
So jump 2 means they can jump in 1 week. They can jump 2 hexes.
Okay.
And what?
So that would normally be we could do it in 3 weeks, but we're going to double that because we want to be able to take a shower and.
So you can jump here, and you have to jump to planets. So empty squares, you don't want to end up in an empty square because there's nowhere to refuel. So 1, 2, and even though that's only a 1 hex, still you want to go to a planet. There's 2, and then 3 and 4. Now normally it would take 8 weeks, but you can shave that down to like 6 pretty easily. You can probably shave it down to like 5 if you really wanted to put yourself to the guns.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I just want the role-playing understanding of what's the extra time.
So normally the extra time, normal ship operations are, you have one week in jump, which is it's really like 168 hours plus or minus 1d8 or 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
But so 1 week in jump. Then you usually land and refuel and spend a week of, shore leave so that you're not crammed in a tin can for forever.
Okay.
Um,
Got it. That's where the extra time comes in.
Right. And normally, so travel time between that 100 diameter limit to the world that you're going to, the main world, is going to be anywhere from 48 to 72 hours, depending on how far out in the system you end up. So, and it really depends on the orbital plane and whatnot. But generally speaking, you're talking about anywhere from 48 to 72 hours of just travel time in the system. You come out of jump and you got to spend 2 to 3 days just traveling to the planet so that you can land and refuel. So, yeah. So, like I said, you could probably shave that down to 6 weeks. Not too badly with the Harrier, at least. So I will show. We'll do this so that Josh and Carl can get a feel for what the process is. So I'm only going to make you roll for this once. So Qingxi, go ahead and make your astrogation check. Now watch, this is going to be when you guys roll like snake eyes.
3. That's impossible.
That'd be 9.
Okay, so then Keith, go ahead and make a engineering power plus intellect check.
That's an 8.
Okay. So what has just happened is Qingxi went over and she plotted a course from Katora to Tyok. And then Keith Clark then transferred power from basically all of the systems on the Harrier and dumped them into the jump drive. And the next thing is for Keith to make a engineering J drive plus intellect check at a +1 because of Qingxi's astrogation.
So 12.
Okay, and that is an fantastic success. So exceptional success. The ship forms a hydrogen bubble and drops into jump space, and there's a flash, and you're gone. So that's the normal operation. Now, under normal circumstances, I've just decided I'm not going to bother having you roll for that. If there is some case where, you know, you're under combat or things like that, yeah, I'm going to start calling for rolls if you're trying to get out of there in a hurry. But under normal circumstances where you have an infinite amount of time to do this, it doesn't matter. So, let me find this.
Saku will spend the time during this jump sharpening both his claws and the missiles.
Oh yeah. You want to file those points of the missiles, you know.
Exactly.
Get as much piercing damage as possible.
So
Paint some fangs on them.
why do I not see that?
This looks like space, the final frontier.
Why is this not doing what I need it to do? I don't. There we go. That's so very strange. So actually, I will have so who's piloting the Ihati show? Was Captain Beth going to pilot the Ihati show, or Or do you want to? I mean, Rexar, you can pilot the Auntie show by yourself, although you don't. So, does either Rexar or Beth have astrogation?
One, I do.
Okay.
But I'm like a little concerned about splitting up the battle dresses because just me and him have one. So
That is true.
He can wear one. That's true.
Did we bring the tie downs? Because I mean, we could just strap it right onto the Harrier, right?
Right. So, Beth, make an astrogation plus intellect check.
Nice. I rolled 2 6s. Like 6 to 15.
Okay. The maintenance bot will transfer power and does a fine job with a 10. And then does either Rexar or Beth have engineering J drive? Or even engineering 0?
I have one engineering skill, but it's not J drive.
So then you would have... so then you could make that as a 0. Rexar, are you still with us?
I've been muted
Oh.
this entire time. I have neither of those at 0. I have piloting at 0 and astrogation at 0.
Okay. So, Beth, you can make a engineering plus intellect check for J drive. That would be 0 plus your intellect. Oh, actually, and you get let's see here.
I got like 13 already. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you can add a +4 to that. Because the droid did okay. So
And that's what the captain.
So you have no problem. So the reason why I had you do those checks is to see if the Haunty show could keep up with the Harrier. We'll just call it Rexar as the Haunty show. So space combat is a little bit different. But the first thing that you guys need to do is you're going to need to do some electronic sensors checks because space is really big. So we can start with the Harrier. Let's see here.
I'm a good sensors guy. That's my specialty.
Well, there you go. Because normally Captain Beth is the sensors person on the ship. So make a electronic sensors plus intellect or EDU, your choice.
Now, Chris, since we decided to travel together, would we really need to run sensors twice? I mean,
maybe
in homes of each other.
Maybe. Well, let's see if the Harrier can detect first.
Okay, yeah, depending on the outcome, sure.
12 for that one.
Okay, so you do indeed detect a Katui class courier. It is going to be quite a ways away from you. I need to find it. There we go.
So it's the most likely place to run into these at the gas giants You find somebody's already there on the other side of the planet scooping up.
In a lot of cases, yeah. So the reason why the book for starships and travelers called High Guard is exactly that reason. So gas giants, the High Guard position is where the Navy will come in and they decide, okay, well, we're going to do some frontier refueling. And so they're going to scoop hydrogen out of this gas giant. They will send a ship down to scoop, and then they will have a second ship in a higher orbital plane guarding that ship. And that's called the High Guard position. And so, yeah, a lot of times the gas giants can be good places for pirates to make their strike, because if the ship is if the ship is scooping, that means it needs fuel, which means they can't get away if you're going to try and pirate them. They can't jump out because they have no gas. At least that's one theory. So you do detect a Katui class courier all the way down. Whoops, I didn't want to move him. He is all the way down here. And
I'm sure he's friendly.
This is likely the ship that you are looking for. But let me... And they do not detect anything, to be real honest. Yeah, they don't even detect Rexar's Ihati show. They saw nothing.
Rexar needs to give that ship a name.
I know.
It's like the artist formerly known as Prince.
Right. Well, I mean, they never even renamed the Harrier. The Harrier right now is named. It has its original Sandalian name, which was the Vahurg, which kind of sounds like a dry heave. So, I mean, you guys can name it whatever you want.
I don't know, like the name of the ship sounding like a dry heave, given the amount that how often we drink too much and somebody barfs.
That's
pretty good for it.
That's true.
Let's name it. We'll name it Emesis, which is the term for heaving.
Right.
Okay. It will be the Capri Sun.
The
It's
Capri.
been decreed.
The Capri.
It has a straw. It is the Capri Sun.
All right.
Unless somebody thinks of something better, which won't be hard. But
It's already been enshrined in conversation, so we're stuck with it.
All right. It is renamed to the Capri Sun.
That is kind of a spacey name. So
Well, yeah. What I'm thinking is it's in game they probably don't have Capri Suns, so it sounds like this Capri is like a goddess that fought battles to defend her honor, and it's the sun from the planet she was named from, and only we know that it actually.
I mean, you could add a strike onto that, the Capri Sun strike. It makes it sound a little bit tougher.
it sounds like a party tip kind of.
It's a jump capable party barge. Okay.
We all drink 15% juice cocktails on it. I don't know.
I'm gonna put a sticker on it that says if the ship is a rockin'.
Right.
Does not contain juice.
Well, it does have a holographic hull, so you can put a big mural of Rush on the side of it.
Yeah. I think we're going to be watching movies every time we land, just turn the ship into a big theater projection screen.
Right.
We could watch Star Wars on all these different planets.
So, and then, so this ship does not detect you. You have detected them. I mean, they rolled really bad. They got a 6 for their sensors check. They saw that there was a jump flash, but aside from that, that's about all they know. So in movement, hold on here. So this is set for one hex. The Harrier can move a maximum of 6, but don't forget, if you use all maximum, then you don't have anything left for maneuvers. So it's up to you how fast you want to move. And the Ihanti show. Oh, and I need to set this for Rexar. Oh, Rexar is not logged in to Roll20.
Not?
I don't see you.
So, don't see you either.
Precious. I can see everything.
Now you're there.
There you are. Okay, so I will say controlled by Rexar. And actually, I'll say controlled by Rexar and controlled by Captain Beth because why is this being a pain in my ass?
I guess there's a kind of Coca-Cola now that claims to taste like space.
Yeah.
It's temporary.
All right, here's the deal. I've got them in my fridge.
Really?
It literally tastes like Coca-Cola mixed with Fruit Loops.
Okay, I gave Devin an order to go get me one as captain while we space fight.
It's quite delicious. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, what are those Cokes in the garage? He's like, oh, they're supposed to taste like space. Excuse me?
Yeah, no, I want to see what you think. Like literally, like that's my opinion. It tastes like Coca-Cola mixed with Fruit Loops.
That doesn't sound too bad, flavor-wise. We shall see.
So, space combat is a little bit different than regular combat. The first thing is that range, because space is so big, range is done in range bands. So right now, the courier is at medium range. Medium range is 1,251 to 10,000 kilometers in that band. You can see it. So the question is between Bjorn and Athaku, which turret are you guys operating? So there is a particle beam barbette, one turret, and then the other turret is a single missile launcher. So who wants the particle beam? Who wants the missile launcher between the two of you?
My only combat thing is guns. I can use energy. I've got gun energy. I don't have
do you have gunner? You don't have gunner? Okay.
Nope.
I've got gunner turret.
Okay, that's perfect.
So if missiles don't involve gunner, you just program and push the button, then that would be a better
Well,
use.
you're going to get a bonus from me because of the way the system works, right, Chris?
So, well, not really. So you're right. So missiles. So at medium, your missile.
I think last time we were talking about me as not having the combat skills for shooting from ships would be the repair guy that hangs around and makes sure things don't get.
So that is a possibility as well. You can go ahead and do that. And you do have fire control software, fire control 2. So that turret can fire autonomously if you want. Hold on a second. Where is my missiles? Missiles.
Looks like gunner is a decent skill to pick up.
Definitely. So at medium, let's see here. Regular or standard missile has thrust 10. It would take. Oh, it would be immediate. It would just, you would fire and it would just slam right into that ship. So you have surprise. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we should just blow it up, not knowing anything about what that ship is or anything. Let's just destroy it into atoms.
How do we use the breaching cube?
Sarcasm.
Well, you need to get close to it to do that.
So is this shooting at it first makes it maybe want to flee, right? It'd be better to sneak. I thought we were gonna have the hockey ship be like a lure of some sort, possibly. Like send out distress signalers. I mean, I'd assume during jump, me and Rex already hammer out a plan to like what would be most likely to work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, first thing that we'll do, let me bring this up.
And combat is very idealized, really, this combat simulator, right?
It is fairly fairly stylized. So the first thing, Ching Shi, roll piloting. It is your 2D plus your piloting skill plus 6 for your ship's thrust score.
That's going to be a lot. Let's see. 12, you said plus 6?
Correct.
18.
Okay, so the Capri Sun has an initiative of 18. Actually, an initiative of 10. Captain Beth, roll 2D plus your piloting skill plus 2 for the Hati Show's thrust score.
12.
Okay, so you have a 4. And this guy he did really well. Woohoo! He did very well. But that doesn't change the fact that you guys still have surprise. So my question is, what are you doing with your surprise round?
So, go ahead.
I was going to say, out of curiosity, so we found a ship, and we sort of think it might be what we're looking for, and that's it? That's where we stand right now?
Yeah, you're pretty positive that this is who you're looking for, and it is making it is coming out. You are in Akoaft. It is making a run for the 100 diameter jump limit. When it reaches that limit, it can jump. Now, longer range, when we're talking about these range bands, so you're at medium from him, but at this point, if you're very long, even distant, and distant would be more than 50,000 kilometers, you can see Akoaft on your sensors. And Akoaft has a whole bunch of shit around it. There's a whole fleet of ships sitting around Akoaft, way off in the distance. And Akoaft right now is red zoned. No ships are allowed to come in or out because they're right now not allowed to have any reinforcements. So if you guys get close to that planet, these really huge, like, 100,000-ton ships are going to open fire on you. But at the same time, all the way out
of shooting at this thing. That's all I want to know is if we're confident enough to kill the people on board.
Or you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs.
Murder hobo. I don't care if they're innocent or not.
You can't make some Chinese food without walking some cats.
We'll let God sort
No
it
one's
all.
truly innocent.
Ready.
Etc. So is there some kind of situation where it would be dishonorable for this dude to ignore the hockey show? Why would this humanity?
Well, I mean, strictly speaking, all of this is dishonorable.
No, him. I mean,
him.
Yeah, for him. Like if we said, hey, there's situation X aboard the hockey show, and he went away, would he just be, is there a situation where he socially wouldn't be able to do that?
So if, yeah.
Like if we pretend to be in his clan or something, I don't know.
Well, no, the easiest way would just be for Rexar to radio him and challenge him.
Oh, yeah. Rexar.
Yeah.
Say the thing. Say the magic words.
So you could radio this ship and challenge the earletrais to combat, and he would lose honor if he ran.
Yeah, this way you might get all of his property and women again.
Oh, God.
That's what he needs is more women.
Send him to the ranch.
Send him to the ranch. Boy, I sure wish I had a ranch for all these women I keep collecting. I would just send them there so they could just have a good time.
Yeah, I'll jump on the radio and radio this guy. Oh, hello? This is Rexar. Come in.
Tapping on the mic. Is this thing on? Yeah, this far out, you're not going to have to worry about any jamming. You get a response back. It sounds like probably from, well, it's a female attack. She says, hockey show, you are in restricted space. You are ordered to refuel at the gas giant and immediately leave space.
Respectfully, can I talk to your boss?
She says, the earletrais is currently busy.
Oh, well, can you tell him that Rexar is calling him a cold-blooded coward that won't face him in combat? Thank you.
End message.
Make a man, that was probably the most diplomatic challenge I've ever heard. Go ahead and make a
Sincerely, Rexar Esquire.
make an intimidation check.
Let's see. So I gotta add my score.
So it would be yeah, you can add your territory modifier to that.
That puts it up from a 7 to a 9.
You guys on your sensors, you immediately see that the courier is changing course and coming right for you guys.
Thank you.
So much for him being indisposed.
So that's pretty much, so that blows Rexar's surprise.
Right. What can we do to make ourselves stealthier upon the Capri Sun?
They still don't know the Capri Sun exists.
Right. But, like, proactively, like, what can we do to make ourselves stealthier?
Whisper.
Keep the.
I mean, nothing, because so the So Capri Sun has a countermeasure suite, which is good for jamming communications. It's great against jamming and hacking missiles, things like that. Mm-hmm. But the second that you activate that, everybody's going to know you're there. This is the problem with jamming, is that, nobody can communicate, but all they have to do is look at where that signal is coming from, and they know exactly where you are. So
unless you stick the electronics on a missile and let it.
Right. So there's really nothing you do. You're in space and you're already a stealth ship. So here's one thing. So you have the Capri Sun has a surprise turn. The Capri Sun can hit beep boop on the computer and tell it to launch a missile. And that missile, they don't know you're there. It's going to slam into them, and they don't even have a chance to shoot it down.
Good point.
You guys get ready to use this draw. It'll be
drive.
Yeah, it'll be great.
So did you want to fire a missile? Is that what we're thinking?
Yes.
Dolphin's dice roll.
So if we shoot a missile, they won't know where it came from until it hits them. But when it hits them, are they gonna know?
That is the correct route.
Yeah, they'll generally know where you're at, but they'll still have a negative to trying to do weapons lock and things like that.
Okay, one question.
Uh-huh.
What if so I'm thinking about if we're riding behind, like we're behind Rexar. So if the Capri Sun is behind Rexar,
Okay.
and fires a missile, but no one knows where we are, wouldn't they assume that missile came from Rexar's ship?
That is my thought as well.
Really fire on him.
That is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be slightly off of Rexar's tail, so it's not like we're gonna hit him.
Aren't they coming over to dock though? Aren't they coming over to dock to fight and stuff, and then you guys can jam the straw in? That's what I thought we were.
Yeah.
I was thinking we were challenging him to space battle. I didn't think.
Well, you're probably gonna want to soften him up a little bit first, because he does have weapons. He has a double turret with a pulse laser and a missile rack, and he has a double turret with a sandcaster and a missile rack.
Right. I think what Captain is asking is that she was expecting a rendezvous that resulted in hand to hand.
Well, that still is a very good possibility, but you're going to want to soften him up a little bit first.
Hold on,
But once we start firing at him, it's not going to be a little let's just link our ships together for a boxing match.
Comms lady, are you there?
Yes, Rexar.
I think if they turn and come to us and you can convince them that you're challenging them in hand-to-hand combat and therefore park the two ships next to each other as the starting point, and then we punch them with the Capri Sun and go in. But
Okay. That's what we want.
It looks like he's acting mad right now, though. I think he's turning around and going to shoot at us.
Let's use the sandcaster, because he's got a laser turret, and then that'll just protect us without necessarily ships. That's we can do it.
Standard Aslan procedure. If you're in space and you do a challenge, then there's a space combat that's going to happen.
Okay, I misunderstood then.
Can we target specific systems, Chris?
You can make a called shot. In order to make a called shot, you have to get a 6 or better, a +6 effect, and then you can pick anywhere you want to hit.
Okay.
And I've got a whole list of critical hit locations, but yeah.
So we should use the sandcaster on Rexar's ship, though. This is a measure to deter their lasers from hitting us, and then you guys can shoot from wherever you want, though. And you should be able to get a clean shot and really fuck them up.
try and synchronize the shots. So like as you're having that go off, the sandcaster go off, we shoot at the exact same time.
It's up to you guys. I mean,
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm just setting the sandcaster so that we don't get hit because you're teeny. But you guys can do whatever is most devastating, I think.
So, are you firing the missile or not?
Wait, so I'm confused because the sandcaster, will that also be in range? If we're at a medium distance.
So, sandcasters, their most usual use is to deflect damage from laser fire.
Right, but at what range?
At any range. If a laser can hit them, then they can use sandcasters as a reaction to lessen the damage. The other thing that sandcasters can do is if you try to board their ship, they can use sandcasters to try to repel boarders. It's basically a big shotgun filled with glass.
Right.
But it'll just sort of hang around in space for a bit or like go the general direction between us. So we can shoot those out and then you guys can maneuver like wherever you want to like get a clean shot out of range where all the lasers or where all the sandcaster stuff is. Or you use missiles, whatever.
So
yeah, I kind of feel like if we scooch ourselves, you know, like if the Capri comes down this way and our ship continues straight, I don't know.
Yeah, you'll get the angle on them. That'll be good.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well,
I'm still
following
confused.
orders. I think we should fire our missile first.
Yep.
So that our weaponry, our missiles, not trying to get through 2 layers of sand, but we can do it. I'm perfectly happy to defer to Captain.
Should we wait till he gets closer so he doesn't just turn around and book it?
Take it.
Well, he doesn't have. Here's the thing: you need to do enough damage to him so that he can't jump. Because right now he doesn't even. If he wants to, he can just go into jump space and leave.
Right.
Okay.
And you guys don't have any fuel, so you can't even follow him.
We can't follow him, even if we knew where he was going.
Yep.
So I think a missile to his drive is the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we can disable his jumping ability. That's kind of the first thing.
Okay. So Bjorn, make a electronic sensors plus intellect check to get a weapons lock.
It's like 11.
Yes. So whoever wants to, you can roll. Let's see. Roll 2d plus 5 for the missile.
Plus gunner turret, or
Nope, because the missile turret is firing autonomously. You're using your fire control to fire the turret.
okay.
16.
Okay,
Well, friggin' fluked.
that's pretty good.
Right? You said it needed to be +6.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
+8.
So you want to hit the drive?
Hells yeah.
Okay. So J drive is going to take a critical hit. Ew. Wrong back. Here we go. Yeah,
I'm still
that's the
maintaining
wrong
it looks
button.
like Rexar fired on him.
Where did the
And we can pop out.
oh, there it is.
That's a $200,000 missile we just fired. We need to get our money back.
Oh yeah, we're stripping all the other friggin' weapon systems off this mofo.
Well, you're going to be, under the under a clock because you're not out here alone. Yeah, they're a long ways away, but so roll 40. Somebody roll 4d6 for damage from the missile.
Whoever hit him.
Looks like it's oh, come on, roll.
Okay.
I
I didn't expect it. Oh man, no, you did.
Okay. It just so the first one was real. 16.
Okay. Hold on here.
First disable the drive, then just poke a hole in the side of it and leave them all gasping for breath. That'll do it. And then we can jump out.
What's the range on our other turret?
Hold on and I'll tell you.
Okay.
And that actually qualifies as a critical on the J drive. All checks to use the jump drive currently are at -2. Well, that's only the first critical. If it takes another critical hit, it will be disabled.
We got this.
All right.
All right, so we are in our first round, finally. So, like I said, the order of combat is a little different. Hold on, let me find the order of combat. So I guess Ching Shi is commander right now of the Capri Sun. Does Ching Shi want to make a tactics naval check?
Yes, I do. Okay. So for my naval, it's going to be, let's see, 13.
Oof. So that changes Capri Sun's initiative to 15. All right. So why is this not? Oh, here we go. So, Carrie, Ching Shi can maneuver the ship and spend as much thrust as you want to move, up to six hexes to wherever you want. Now, remember, if you use all of the thrust, then you don't have anything for maneuvers for reactions, things like that.
Right. Now I have 4 for thrust.
You can do 4 for thrust
Up to 4.
if you want. You have 6.
Okay. I think I'll use 4 and save 2 for maneuvering.
Okay.
Which was about right there.
All right.
I still maintain that they don't know we're there because we shot from behind the Akoaft show. I'm going to tell myself that.
So he did poorly, and he is going to he'll go 3 in that direction and save 1. And Captain Beth, do you want to make a tactics naval check? So tactic.
Tactics is 0, so can I do that? So,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, it would be intellect plus your tactics.
Okay. That's not very good. 6.
Okay, so that actually drops you by 2. And Beth, where would you like to move? You can move up to 2 hexes. So if you want to save anything for maneuvers, you'd only be able to move 1 hex. It's up to you. Or you can just stay where you're at.
So if I stay where I'm at, I have more for maneuvering.
Correct.
Yeah, that seems wise right now.
Okay.
Because the president had it for us.
Okay. All right. So Capri Sun, let's see here. Athaku is in the particle beam barbette.
Yep.
Hold on here, let me find it. Nope, those are bay weapons. Particle barbette. It has a range of very long, so yeah, you can hit this guy. You also have a target lock, so that is a +1. So you want to make a gunner turret plus your dex +1.
Gunner turret plus dex +1. So this is going to be at +2 total. And that is a 9.
That hits, but only with a +1 for damage. Go ahead and roll for particle barbette. Roll 4d for damage.
All right. 4d +1?
Correct.
Okay. That decent. All right, so that's 12. That is 13 damage.
You did 1 point of damage. His armor soaked up the rest of that.
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to open fire on the Ihati show with his triple pulse laser turret. Or, I'm sorry, not triple pulse laser.
Maneuvers, Captain.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Actually, he's going to fire 2 missiles at you. So, hold on here. I need to see what a volley does. So let's see, a missile salvo. So it is a +1. Okay, so no plus to damage. There are 2 missiles coming right at you. As a oh wait, you don't have a laser. So never mind.
What weapons do we have?
Oh wait, you do have a laser. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Harrier. You have a triple turret pulse lasers. So Rexar, as a reaction, you can try to shoot down these missiles.
I'm definitely doing that.
Okay.
Gunner 2. It's plus dex and plus gunner, right?
Correct.
That's 10.
Okay. So roll. Let's see here. Pulse lasers. Probably just rolled. There it is. Roll 2d plus 2 for damage.
That's an 8.
Okay, so you blew up one of the missiles. The other missile slams into you.
I thought I got to maneuver because I didn't move.
That's true. You could take a reaction to move, to take evasive maneuvers. Combat maneuvering, evasive action. Any remaining thrust can be used as a reaction to dodge incoming fire. That is covered on page 171.
Okay, cool.
It is... Pilot of spacecraft may dodge incoming attacks as long as spacecraft has unspent thrust and movement and combat maneuvering. Each point of unspent thrust will allow the spacecraft to attempt to dodge one attack. The attack suffers a negative DM equal to the pilot's skill. So, okay, so what is your piloting skill?
It's 1.
Okay. That makes them miss. Because that would mean that they got a 7.
Okay, cool. Wow. That's close, though.
That was very close. That was very close. Rexar, you're at -1 because you took a reaction to shoot down a missile. Do you want to fire back?
Yes, targeting their missile bay.
Okay. Gunner plus Dex. Let me see if you've got fire control. You do have fire control 3. So it would be your Dex plus Gunner turret plus 3 to hit.
Holy shit. I just got a really good roll too. So that's 10 plus 1 from Dex plus 3, so that's 14, and plus 2 from turret. So it's 14?
Okay. That is plus 6. So you can hit, it is your choice. You have a double turret with a pulse laser and a missile rack, and a double turret with a sandcaster and a missile rack.
Missile turret.
So the jump drive.
Well, they're both missile turrets.
Has a jump drive,
Or you can pick the jump drive.
which already has a critical hit.
Right.
And then it's
I
done.
thought that'd be a lot harder to hit because they're facing us.
No, you called a shot. If you want to hit one of the turrets, both turrets have a missile rack, so you have to pick which one you want to hit.
Jump drive then.
Okay.
Yeah, bank it off of an asteroid. They'll
All
never
right.
see it coming.
Go ahead and roll damage. So damage for that is 2d plus 2 for damage.
All right.
Fuck.
4.
Nothing.
So their hull takes no damage, but you do tag the jump drive, and the jump drive is now disabled. You see smoke and fire come out of the jump drive. It is not looking like it's going to be able to jump at all.
Yay! The crowd goes wild.
The tiniest shot, like pinpoint accuracy, low power.
So, the action step, you guys can do miscellaneous actions. Usually you would go around doing repair work or jumping or launching additional craft, if you had a hangar bay or things like that. I don't think you guys have too much else you could do. You've already got target lock. So I don't, unless you can think of something else to do on the Harrier, I can't really think of anything else. You haven't taken any damage yet.
Can we use the rest of our jump that we had reserved for maneuver to move the remaining distance, or does that just get lost?
That just gets lost.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be your thrust score, and there's 1 point, or you have 2 points, but there's no need for them.
Yep.
So on their turn, they are going to get to work on trying to repair. Oh, that's going to take them a while. There goes a ton of spare parts that they're never going to get back. On the Ihati show, is there anything that you want to run around and do? I mean, you guys haven't taken any damage yet either, so...
Yeah, we're fine.
Just a high five.
Okay.
Keep in those missiles.
So we are at round 2. Their jump drive is disabled. Qingxi, what would you like to do? You want to just aim your straw at them and...
Well, I mean, will it go that far? Can we javelin?
Well, it won't go that far, but you can extend it and like hit full thrust. It would take you 2 rounds to get to them.
Yeah, we're right now we're like 11.2 away.
Yeah, it seems like it's a bit early. Because if we hit them, it's like, okay, you've been pierced. Now give us about 20 minutes to catch up so that we can actually enter said tube and reach you for realties.
Well, I mean, you could go another 4 and open fire again.
I'd rather just maneuver closer.
Yeah, 4 and fire again.
Yeah. That to me makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
Unless there's an objection. Since I can still communicate with Captain, does Captain have any objections to us getting closer before we try and puncture the hole?
No, do what you want. You have good judgment. So.
Now, are we able to fire? Here, I've got this here for you too. That was right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. So are we able to fire both our laser and missiles in the same turn, or
yes.
is it one or the other?
Right. Yes. So the computer will automatically fire the missile, and then you of course get to fire your particle beam barbette.
Okay.
So what is he going to do? He's going to go 3 that way. And Captain Beth, where would you like to go? Anywhere?
No, I don't know. Maybe one hex over, or no, wait. If we fail to shoot down one of the missiles, we'll want both of our maneuver points. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them from maneuvering.
Okay. Now, just for Bjorn and Ithaku, I don't normally run space combat like this, but this is the exact way that the rules are laid out to run it. So I'm kind of showing you how this is done. Usually, I do it in much more a much more narrative manner. But I figured I better show you the right way first, and then you can see how I do it. So Capri Sun, you can attack. Who wants to roll 2D plus? Hold on here. 2D plus 5 for your attack for the missile.
Oh, it's missile. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do it again, John.
All right. Yeah. I get to push the button. 2d6 plus 5, you say?
Yes.
I pushed the button. That was terrible. I think I sprained my finger. Oh.
That still hits. Roll 4D for damage.
We had to shout at you, push the damn button!
The pressure, I mean,
Oh, that's better.
About half.
That's totally average.
Okay.
The one.
So he takes 3 points of damage to his hull.
I'd blow on the tip of my finger to cool it off.
Bjorn, you can make a turret plus dexterity check. Also +1 for your target lock.
That's me, right?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, not Bjorn. Athaku.
See, that's 2. Who needs more dex? It's me. That's an 11, good sir.
Okay, that's also a hit. So roll 40 plus 3 for damage. Oh, actually.
So that is 20 damage.
Ooh.
That was 2 5s, a 6, and a 1.
Okay.
We're tearing these guys apart.
So he takes 8 points
Yeah.
after his armor. Wow. Okay. He
Is not happy?
Venting atmosphere. Venting atmosphere.
so he is
Float.
his ship is TL 13. Yours is 15, which means he's at -2 to hit you. He's going to try and shoot at Capri Sun
No, he sees us now, of course.
with
We
his.
got 2 with aid.
He is going to fire.
Yeah, +3 pilot.
Yeah, he's going to fire 2 missiles at you.
Did
Oh.
we crippled the J drive. We didn't cripple the launcher yet.
No.
Correct.
Yeah, we just don't want them going anywhere yet.
His missiles. So Qingxi, you're piloting, and these missiles go and just miss the wings of the Harrier and go off into deep space.
That's that evading nothing.
I'm gonna use my sensors to track those things, because once the fuel goes out, they're gonna coast, and we can pick up those $200,000 missiles.
Yeah.
Refuel them, we're good to go. Good to go.
Rexar, do you want to fire on the courier?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, gunner plus, let's say, gunner turret plus dex plus 3. Yes, plus 3.
13.
Okay. That is plus 5 to damage. Roll. What did I say it was? Is it 40? No, 2D. 2D plus 4.
10.
Okay. So again, he doesn't take any damage. His armor eats it up.
Need bigger guns.
And Capri Sun has no damage or additional actions. The courier is once again going to try to repair their drive. Ooh, he's working on the drive. It is going to take him... Hold on here. It is going to take him 2 minutes. So he will have his drive repaired enough to make a jump next turn. Or next round. So each space combat round is 6 minutes. Which kind of tells you what distance is. Capri Sun, where would you like to move? Well, let's see here. You could ram him and board.
Welcome.
Do it. Let's do it. It's time. Because then jump capability won't matter because we'll be aboard.
Okay, go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check.
Love it. Okay. That's going to be 15.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty good. Oh, let's see. He did not do well enough. You have rammed his ship, and your breaching tube has connected and is cutting into the hull. Captain Beth, do you want to advance on them?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the question. So they're going to have...
Wait, before you do that, can we put the sandcast between the courier and the e-hockey show so that if they try and fire on the e-hockey show while we're attached, they have to pass through the sand? I did.
So your ship doesn't have a sandcaster. His does.
Oh, I thought we did.
No.
Isn't that what we used to melt the planet?
No.
Oh, yeah, we used it on the No, was that on the Jabroni?
Yeah, it was on the Jabroni.
It was the Jabroni. Okay.
So,
It was the Jabroni.
So the courier has a sandcaster, which won't really bother you guys because you have a breaching tube. But if Rexar and Captain Beth want to try to board their ship, they're probably going to have to free float from the hockey show over to the courier to breach the other airlock, which means that they're going to be in danger of getting hit by the sandcaster.
Can we board the Capri Sun?
Yes, you could.
Yeah,
I
if we
think
let
that would be wise.
or we let them board our ship, then
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
we
do.
bypass that.
Okay.
Leave the door unlocked.
We'll leave the light on fire.
So, Captain Beth, make a piloting plus dex check.
Oh, okay. That's 6. That's not very good.
Ooh.
Sorry, yeah, it was bad.
Well,
It wasn't
actually,
quite 3 days, I suppose.
well, this is a combat situation. So.
I don't like the sound of that.
So, Rexar's the hockey show. You see it come up.
The enemy ship we hear.
You see the hockey show come up underneath the Harrier and try to dock and bounce off, which causes the Harrier to kind of go off kilter, and the breaching tube starts to lose its connection. Ching Shi, make a piloting check.
Sorry.
Please don't let me fuck this up. Oh, 13.
Okay, so you are able to maneuver and get the Harrier, the breaching tube locked. Excuse me. Get the breaching tube locked back on. Beth, make a piloting check. Dex plus piloting.
If you miss again, you have to float yourself to the enemy ship. Just kidding.
Okay, I got a 10. I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
Right.
So the hockey show is able to dock with the underside airlock of the Harrier, and Rexar and Beth are able to scramble up into the Capri Sun and meet the crew in the
Armory.
Well, no, it is. I'll show you. I will show you what this looks
It's
like.
probably hard to jump when you've got another ship stuck to you.
Near impossible because the added tonnage renders the ship unable to jump. So
plus you're repairing your jump drive, plus you're pooping yourselves because we're coming.
right.
You just took a son.
So essentially, this is the underside airlock. And then you guys are going to be prepping here because you're going to be going down this long corridor and out through the front where the cargo scoop is. And there we go. Hold on, I have another map for this.
So before we go down there, is there a way to program the Capri Sun to do sensor sweeps and keep us updated because other ships could be coming right now?
We'll just take them hostage if that happens.
The Capri Sun doesn't currently have any kind of intellect programs or artificial intelligence or anything like that. So not really, unless you leave a sensor operator on the bridge.
That's okay.
I'm asking you if you want to stay because it's like it's up to you. Also, Rex already got the battle dress on. Does Ching-Chi want to take a whack at it? Because you got backsuit, or do you want me to?
You can get. I'll get mine at some point. I'll wear my combat armor until.
All right.
I can get my own.
Okay, me and Rex
the way I want.
Bjorn will stay behind and check the sensor so he can keep everybody in the loop.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Since we didn't jam comms, like people could be coming.
Yeah,
I will hold up the rear as I'm more of a long range combatant anyway.
Okay. We'll put the
All right,
back
so
here.
I've got a breaching gun, a boarding gun, and my Gauss sniper. The sniper's not going to really do me any good, I think, in close combat. So I'm going to carry my advanced combat rifle, but unless I want to, can I breach? Can I use the breaching gun?
You can use the breaching gun if you'd like.
I'm ready.
Blow holes in everything!
Just out of curiosity, how many people have suits that are friendly for space? Like, we run out of atmosphere for no reason, like a PGMP.
I don't know if
I mean, you get.
happens to go off.
I mean, I think Ching-Chi, Keith, and Keith have combat armor.
Yeah, I'm wearing a vac suit, but I'm staying aboard.
Yeah, combat armor's sealed.
Can I wear my ceramic carapace underneath my vac suit? I just got an extra baggy one, man. You know?
No. No.
You can wear cloth, TL12 cloth armor.
I'm just a little guy. Come on, they don't make stuff Chihuahua size.
No, just in case, I will be wearing vac suit.
Yeah, vac suit. Yeah, you won't be able to wear both of them, but vac suit's definitely not a bad idea.
Yeah. I just assumed I was wearing a vac suit because we were going into space combat.
I got the PGMP on my back, and on my hands I have my axe and my grab shield.
And Bjorn.
Laser carbine and my mono blade.
Bjorn stayed on the ship.
Do I need my? I mean, I want to use my breaching gun, but I mean, do I need to if the tube's deployed? Like, does the tube attach?
Well,
I need to blow through.
The breaching gun's not going to. It's not going to change the fact that doors and whatnot inside might be locked.
Okay, yeah, then I'll carry that. Oh, I want both. Breaching gun in one hand, advanced combat rifle in the other. I'm ready. I want to have a boarding gun.
Stop it.
I have a Nova gun I've never used. I'm probably gonna bust it.
Dang it! There's all the guns.
All of the guns.
But just remember that all the damage inflicted to the ship, we have to fix. We take the ship.
Ow.
I mean, we're trying to kill the guy. We're not
Flip this
trying
damn thing, yeah.
Yeah.
If we manage to scoop up an extra ship, great, but we're trying to kill our target.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You guys don't really have the crew to take this ship. So
we could sell it.
But you'd have to take it somewhere that you could sell it, and there's nobody to fly it.
Okay.
And it's a red zone, so we can't exactly just be like
Stop it.
fumbling our way through it.
I mean, I've got somewhere to sell it.
Well, there's a crew on board. I would think they would want to live enough to get somewhere.
Yeah, we'll see if
Anyway.
they're still alive.
We'll see about that.
Okay, so
We went to on board.
Yeah.
you guys are up here, and hold on here.
And they're all in bed, it looks like. Hiding in the rooms. Great.
That's exactly what we want.
We'll just walk down the hall unopposed, knocking on the door.
I got the whole bad stealth, I tell you.
Are you the person we want to kill? No? Okay, we'll try the next door. Excuse me, sir. Are you the person we're supposed to kill? No? Okay.
Everybody's got their socks full of soap, right?
Hey, Chris,
Yes.
if I send you a picture of my weapons and stats, could you play Rexar? I have to go early. Chris has a thing happening at work that he needs. It's like an emergency.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
The female Aslan did not do well. He didn't do well either. All right. So everybody roll initiative. So initiative is rolled by you roll 2d and add either your intellect or your dexterity. It is as good to be quick of mind as it is to be dexterous. And you're shooting for an average. So average is 8 plus. The effect, either plus or minus, is what your initiative is.
Tenzer.
So your initiative is 2.
I think I'm missing pieces there, but I don't think I'm there.
Yeah, I probably missed you. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Hold on here. Ah, there we go.
Okay, and then
Not in the turn order list yet.
yeah. Okay. Right.
God, I hate isometric maps. All right, sorry. There you go. Now you can add your niche.
Okay, here's me. Oh, my initiative is actually 0. And then he's on the map.
I'm actually just going to remove Rexar because it's easier to do it that way. Bjorn, go ahead and roll an ish as well.
We can't add initiative for Keith.
But I think Bjorn's on board.
I know, but I still need his Anish. Why did Keith disappear?
He's baby Bjorn on board.
There we go. There you go. Now you can put in Anish for Keith.
That's all right. Okay.
So let's see. Ching Shi's got a 4. Oh, Bjorn will be back in 2 minutes.
No, I'm back. That was a 2-minute old message.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and Bjorn roll initiative as well. So 2d6 plus either your intellect or your dexterity. Okay. So you got a 5, or I'm sorry, not a 5, a 4. No. You got a 10, so you got a 2. Okay.
I don't understand, but it sounds good.
So when you roll, let's say that you do dexterity. So you're rolling 2d6 plus your dexterity modifier, and you're trying to get or beat 8, which is average. 8 plus is average. And the plus or minus is your initiative. So how far over you got 8 or how far under you got 8 is where you land in the initiative stack.
That sounds like an extra step that's not needed because it wouldn't change initiative an iota to ignore that.
Right. You're right. But yeah. Well, that just sounds like slavery with extra steps. God, my cat is being a brat tonight. Okay. So Ching Shi, you can hear, you're fairly certain that this iris valve leads into the bridge. And you're positive, of course, that that there was somebody flying this thing, so there's going to be guys in there.
Yeah, I definitely want to take the bridge first.
You have an ish. What would you like to do?
I'm going to hit that iris door with my breaching gun.
That would be a good idea.
I really want to fire that thing. But I've been rolling too well, so right here is where I'm going to get a womp womp out of it. Not too bad. Okay. Let's see. Gun combat. So if for my breaching gun, what kind of gun combat would I need to be able to add the whole thing?
So breaching gun, actually.
Because I really want to add.
So the breaching gun, I believe it's just gun combat slug, but maybe not. Hold on.
Because I have rifle, which I would like to use, but I bet that's not appropriate.
Well, it would be gun combat, either slug, energy, or archaic.
Okay, I don't have any of those. So
well, you would have slug.
Okay.
Hold on here. Equipment. Page 177.
So if I get to add my gun combat and intellect, it's 11.
Oh, hold on. Breaching
It's
gun.
only 9.
The breaching gun. Yeah, it's just gun combat slug.
Okay. Which means I can use my gun combat, which means it's 11.
Okay. So you ring this door. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Don't mind if I do. Let's see. Yes. 18.
Okay.
Did I
So
need to add anything because of getting the 11 or no?
yeah, it would be another +3 to that.
So 21.
So this door here explodes and falls inward into the bridge. With your minor action, would you like to move?
With my minor action, I would like to walk through the smoldering, smoking hole into the bridge.
Okay, you can move 6 meters into the bridge.
Thank you very much. I know that that's really dumb, and I'm gonna get like immediately shot, but I'll probably regret it. But I don't care. I want to walk through the smoldering hole I just made. However, if there happened to be something to duck behind, that would be great.
There you go.
So we get to move 6. So I'm gonna move right there.
Okay. So on the bridge, there is an Aslan male and a Aslan female, probably their astrogator and first officer. And the male is pissed off.
Hello, sir. I'd like to tell you about the cult of the crushing wave.
Athaku. So the way the action economy works in Traveler is you can either do a significant action, like shoot your gun, and then you have a minor action. Part of a minor action is that you can move as a minor action, and you can move 6 meters. You can either do a significant action and a minor action, or you can do 3 minor actions. So you could move 18 meters, but you wouldn't be able to do anything else. So what would you like to do, Athaku?
Right, and that's going to get me, what, 3 squares? Because 6 meter squares, is that correct?
I would just measure it out. These squares do not compute.
Does not compute.
Well, I had to blow this map up because it's an isometric map and they're useless.
Okay. And
I've actually...
Moving through companion squares, like that doesn't reduce movement whatsoever?
No, I would say you can move through your friend's squares.
Okay.
So I've actually thought about just throwing up some of these maps, and rather than trying to make the tokens fit on these maps, because it just doesn't always work for like it does with D&D. And so what I was thinking about doing is just throwing these maps up and then doing Theater of the Mind, but at least you know where you're at on the map. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that may be something we'll do in the future, because these isometric maps are just terrible.
So I'm gonna move into the threshold of the doorway. Who do I see within?
So you notice 2 things. So inside, of course, you see Ching Shi, and you see a male Aslan who's about 7.5 feet tall. You see a female Aslan that looks like she's probably about 6 feet tall. And then right here, you see right in front of you, there is another door. And it is a heavy, like a vault door.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Your guess is that's a ship's locker.
Okay. Mucho importante after we get rid of these douchebags. All right, so let's see. Okay, so he's only 6 meters away. So I do not get my hollow sight. I'll take a shot at the male.
The hollow sight you do still get. Unless you're going to fire on auto or burst, you can still use the hollow sight, but you wouldn't get a +1 for aiming.
Right. Exactly.
But you still get a +1 for hollow sight.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, so I will do that, and laser carbine is a non-burst weapon anyway. So
okay.
Okay, so that gives me a +2 in total. And I rolled like shit, so that is a 5.
Okay, so Athaku lets loose with his laser carbine, and the console behind the Aslan warrior like blows up in a shower of sparks as this laser pretty much melts it.
Well, you're not using that again, boy.
Bjorn, make a electronic sensors check. Okay, so evidently, this ship did send out a distress call, and you pick up that there are 3 vessels heading in your direction. With the 16, you can determine that those vessels are in the 1,000 ton range, and there's 3 of them.
Little fighters.
No, 1,000 displacement tons. Now, displacement ton for ships is displacement of hydrogen. So these are way bigger than anything that you guys currently have out here.
Okay. Get that. We need a GTFO, guys. There's 3 monsters coming in. ETA is fill in the blank.
Well, ETA is going to be at least 48 hours. So you've got 2 days, but they are coming this way.
Oh, well, I'm not going to freak. 2 days?
Yeah. Because remember, this was right at the 100 diameter jump limit. You guys took out his jump drive just in time.
How did I find somebody with sensors that's 2 days away?
Well, active sensors can detect quite a long range. So
you sensed it because you rolled a 16.
Right. Yeah.
That's the answer.
Yeah, you did a really good job with your sensors.
Okay.
So we're going to break here, and we will pick up next week with Captain Beth Stern on what she's going to do. And I will leave the map exactly as it is and the initiative exactly as it is.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Fun time.
Probably better than me, Beth.
Hey.
All right. I will see you guys next week.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.